Okay, good afternoon, Legacy viewers. Today my guest is Nicole Dickson. Nicole has been on before, but today it's something special. Nicole has agreed to come on board as a Legacy presenter, and it's my privilege to invite her or to welcome her on board as a Legacy presenter. Welcome, Nicole, and maybe if you just give us a bit of background and yeah.
Mm, Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. So good afternoon, everybody, and it's good to be with you. I, like many of our generation, grew up in the border war time, and so am married myself to a border war veteran, Graham. And we have a son, Luke, who's in the British Army. So military keeps on going. It's going around for the next cycle in our family. I am completing my doctoral degree in the stories of the border war veterans, and in particular, focused on those of smoke shovel, because I know that it is such a wide topic, and 2 or 3 generations of our men served in the border war at different times. I think my interest is twofold. My interest is what it's been like for wives of veterans, friends. Perhaps you weren't married at the time that your boyfriend was on the border. Perhaps you were married to the man, and what was it like for you to have these experiences with him when he came back, or every time he went away on an annual camp or a border camp and then came back? So it's about how did you cope? How did you manage? What was it like for you being the wife of a soldier, and in later years of a veteran? The other side of it that I'm really interested in is women in service. Having spoken to a couple of nurses who are part of the military conscription themselves, in one mill or on the border as a nurse. So women in service, what was it like for you playing a supporting role? In those days, women couldn't go into battle the way that some of them do now, but a lot of us were part of the military anyway. So I'd like to hear those stories. And then I think thirdly, being up with the veterans last year on the tour back in July of 2022, and kind of sleeping rough and really getting a sense of this is what our boys lived through, and probably worse. I was still able to sleep in a tent, but wondering what it was like for their folks, moms in particular, sisters, girlfriends, not knowing the extent of the lives that our soldiers lived up on the border, particularly, but in the military per se. And one of the things that was really for me being up there, my son was on deployment at the time, and so I knew that while I was in Gola, he was standing guard somewhere away from home, and I wondered what it was like for him. I suddenly had a new appreciation for what it might be like for him, and I, as his mom, had no idea about the kind of experiences he was having at the time. I think that has also really triggered my interest, and
Yeah, it's hard.
I'd love to be in touch with parents.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to believe that it's almost exactly a year ago that our paths first crossed, and we seem to
Mm,
bump into each other on quite a regular basis, or since then anyway. Um, yeah,
yes.
I must tell you, of course, you've just messed up our stats, because at this point in time, all 3 presenters live at the coast. Fossey in Ireland, um, Koos in Thailand, and myself in the Eastern Cape. So we've now got an inland presenter. Um,
We
but
do.
yes, I think for the legacy viewers out there, if you've got wives, I think most of the viewers are male at this stage. So if you've got wives, mothers, girlfriends that would like to tell their story, let's just get in contact with us. the contact details on every legacy video, and let's get this new angle to the legacy conversations going. I think it's going to be great. Yeah,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Nicole. That's really great to have you on board. And I'm sure we'll be
Thank you.
chatting a lot in the future. And
Look forward
yes,
to it.
so legacy viewers, thanks for watching as well. And thank you very much.
Thank you.